Yes,
We're back.
We're back. Week 4. Actually, week 3 is the 4th episode. No, week 4. This is the 5th episode. Whatever it is.
Yeah, he's right.
Whatever
Fat Boy approves.
I apologize. I am high on the raspberry tea.
And I got the Pepsi.
It's still. Dude, that's 4-week-old Pepsi. That's wrong.
It is not 4 weeks. No, I had this last week, so it's 2-week-old. Look, see. There, see, it's still good.
All right, as long as it's good.
Yeah, I should put some Mentos in here and make it explode.
Shit. Fucker. Okay.
Actually, it works better with Diet Coke.
Diet Coke.
It works better than, but it makes the fountains. All right.
Welcome to science class, kids.
We're in our wrestling gear today.
We are, because this week is our favorite movies featuring wrestlers.
That's right.
Now, it does not mean that the wrestler had to have a starring vehicle in the movie.
No.
It just means that a wrestler or two or whatever was involved in the process of the movie, as far as in a cast, in the cameo, whatever.
There you go.
All right, so I will allow Mr. Caldwell to start this week.
Thank you, Mr. Meacham.
Yes, sir.
Number 10, featuring Edge, Highlander Endgame.
Never saw that one.
I love the sword play mostly, but Edge has got the comical role. It's like he plays the tough guy, and let's just say, well, yeah, you know, it's a small role, but Edge kind of made a big thing during his career. He's like, I'm in a full-length feature film, and I'm cool.
Now, have you seen his actual starring movie that he made? The new one?
Not yet.
Neither have I. I want to see it. I
think it's on DVD.
It's probably on Netflix by now.
Yeah.
But we don't have Netflix anymore.
What was it called?
I don't remember.
Me neither. I know what you're talking about, but yes, that one.
Jay and I were actually looking for it on the Red Box the other day.
He played a cop.
He played a cop, yeah. And Jamie Kennedy's in it, which makes it it's a 5-star classic by default. Anyway,
as a cop. Yeah. That's kind of cool.
It does sound cool.
Okay.
All right.
Number 9, featuring Hulk Hogan, Rocky 3. Thunder Lips.
In the flesh, baby.
No. And then you watch Stallone get hurled 6 rings, six rows
from the ring, which I'm sure was Jay's favorite part of the whole movie. Although it was Hogan doing the hurling, so.
What?
Hogan throwing Stallone out of the ring in Rocky 3.
I don't remember. I haven't seen it.
And to be fair, if it's Rocky 3, it's her least favorite wrestler versus her least favorite actor.
Lesser of two evils.
Mm-hmm. No.
Okay.
All right. Anyway.
Yeah. Rocky 3.
And then Mr. T, of course, who was a star of WrestleManias 1 and 2. So.
Mr. T did a very good job as a villain, you know.
He did.
I love Mr. T.
He's a tough boxer. And the only solemn moment was when he tried to go after Adrian. He's like, hey, mama, why don't you come after a real man? What's the matter, Jeff? What's up with the cigar? Yeah. Okay. Number 8, featuring John Cena, the Marine. I put it low on my list. Yes. He did use a gun in that movie, right?
He used a few.
He used a few.
Unlike, the whole opening scene was a Marine scene.
Well, yeah, with the camouflage and everything. But when The Rock did, I think it was Walking Tall, I don't think he used a shotgun till
he used a big stick.
Yeah, but
that big stick.
But there was there was one where he didn't use a shotgun till the very end.
I think that was Walking Tall.
At least with the military, you know, Cena's made for the military. I mean, he comes out with the dog tags and the salute and all that. So, yeah. And, of course, Robert Patrick made the movie even better.
Robert Patrick was awesome in that movie, my God. And Cena's wife, the girl from Nip Tuck, holy moly.
Very hot. Number 7.
Yeah, the words humana come to mind. Anyway.
Number 7, featuring The Rock, the Scorpion King.
You know, that's I talked about, Sound of Music last week. I had not seen the Scorpion King the whole way through.
I did. Okay, let's face it. Mummy Returns was a cameo.
It was.
And of course,
but you still have it on the list.
At the end, you know, when the Scorpion King woke up and he was literally a giant scorpion, that was the worst CGI job I've ever seen.
Really bad. Yeah.
I hated that part. I mean, yeah, he comes out, how cool, my gente, with the big old badass sword, you know, and he's kicking people's ass from here to Tuesday. And then he dies.
Yeah.
So at least with Scorpion King, he got a bit of redemption.
Yes.
And of course, Michael Clark Duncan's in it too. Yes. And Kelly Hu. Beautiful Kelly Hu. Yes. So, you know, Scorpion King did.
Let's think about Kelly Hu a little bit longer.
Kelly Hu?
Kelly Hu.
Kelly Hu.
That's her name. H.U. Kelly Hu. Hot Asian actress.
Alright, I'm good. Alright, I guess you.
Number 6. Featuring a bunch of independent wrestlers, The Wrestler. And Ernest the Cat Miller, actually.
The original Somebody Call My Mama.
That's
By the way, I found out, do you still own Rumble 2004? Or did you sell that one?
I'm not sure.
Because he's in that Rumble. He comes out to the music. I was like, oh, I can show
he had
it
his,
does exist.
We actually had to stop the Rumble for like 5 seconds. Making his way, Ernest the Cat Miller. Somebody call him Mama, and then he gets thrown out of the ring.
That was great.
That was one of the best Rumbles.
That's the one with John Cena on the cover. Those of you that don't, you
Yeah.
know. So I don't think we have it in the house anymore. But oh my God.
My biggest problem with the wrestler was I get that they were shooting it from the point of view, but they showed him from the back a lot. The cinematographer did that.
Well, it was supposed to be like a pseudo documentary at the end of the day.
Yeah.
They were trying to make it look more like a documentary, like Ram was a real guy.
Rocky, what was his name?
Randy the Ram.
Robinson, yeah.
Real name Robin Rosinski.
Yeah. And of course, the toughest scene to watch is when he has his heart attack. That is one of the...
After the brutality with the Necro Butcher. Our buddy the Necro Butcher.
That is one of the saddest parts of the entire movie. You know,
one of the grossest too, because he pukes.
Yeah, and he pukes.
Yeah.
And then he's got that big old gaping scar and everything.
Nasty. Yeah.
All right, number 5 with Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Condemned.
Haven't seen that one the whole way through either.
Very good. Death scenes were brutal enough for me to...
I wouldn't know.
Oh, spoiler alert, one guy gets impaled after falling out of a helicopter.
I'm staring at you because you're talking about The Condemned. Like, I wouldn't know what that movie's like. I haven't seen it yet.
You haven't let him watch The Condemned?
It wasn't he let me. We rented. We rented that, right? We rented or do we, whatever it was. We actually went into no. Okay, we rented it at one point. We got 10 minutes in, and the brutality of that first death scene. She's like, "Fuck this." Awesome.
Did you puke?
Whoever got impaled.
Okay, that was the impaling. There you go.
Did you puke?
She almost
did.
Yeah.
Why didn't you? It would have been cool.
Could have filmed it.
Go to the bathroom.
She had to go to the bathroom and take care of her business. But yeah, so I still haven't seen it, and it's been out for how many years?
Early 2000s?
Yeah, nah, whatever. I don't know.
At least I didn't make you go to the theater and see it and walk out.
I'd have made your ass roll home if you took me to the theater and see it. I'd have been that cruel. That's Stone Cold Steve Austin. Yeah. I walked out of a theater one time with a friend or a girlfriend or whatever. It was a friend at the time. That Robert De Niro movie with Dakota Fanning, the thriller. Oh yeah, I forgot about Halloween too. Yeah, I forgot about that one.
You walked out of Halloween too?
Jade!
It was too loud.
After the truck crash, we're Michael wakes up.
Come on!
Ears were ringing.
And tie-in, not that Jay cares, tie-in, Tyler Maine's Michael, and Tyler Maine was a wrestler for a brief period of time. So it all ties back to wrestling.
Did you at least get your money back?
Yes, we did get our money back for Halloween too. The good part about the Robert De Niro and Dakota Fanning, what the hell's the name of that movie? Anyway.
We know which one. Put it in the comment box.
Yeah, we went to the dollar theater, so it was $2, like $2. Oh, we're out of here, whatever.
Okay.
I'm tripping on $2. Okay, go ahead.
Number 4.
Way off track there, yeah.
Stone Cold, Kevin Nash, Goldberg, and the Great Khali, Longest Yard. Remake.
That was good.
Very good.
That one we've seen. That one we own. Good stuff.
Stone Cold getting hit so hard that he craps himself.
That was good.
Funny. Kevin Nash thinking his steroids were switched with estrogen pills.
Mm-hmm.
Funny. Great Khali playing ping pong with Adam Sandler. Funny. Goldberg kicking everybody's ass from here to Tuesday. Funny.
Yes.
Funny all around.
Indeed.
In fact, a little known fact, Renegade was working security when they filmed the scenes downtown Long Beach of the car chases. They used Pine Square and the convention center area when Adam Sandler gets pulled over.
No, they're used to that madness down there every April, so, you know. That's cool, man.
Yeah, and just a side note, the movie was called Hide and Seek.
Oh, that was
that was the code name.
That was the code name? Yeah,
De Niro and Dakota Fanning.
Oh, Hide and Seek, thank you, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was... Yeah, I ended up watching it.
Step Boy approved.
I ended up watching it later on DVD, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to watch that.
Alright,
It was bad.
Number 3. Jerry the King Lawler, Stacy Carter, and Jim Ross, Man on the Moon.
Yes.
And like...
I don't think an entire cast of Taxi in their old age trying to play like they were 25 years younger.
And Renegade and I, when we were in college, we got to go down to the Olympic Grand Auditorium.
Were you in there when they did the scenes?
We were there.
You bastards.
We were there. First they moved us like way up to the top of the auditorium.
Which is top, it's high at the Grand, yeah.
And they had like cardboard people in there, and so some of us were so silly, you know, we're standing there putting our arms around them and smooching and whatever. We were way out of camera range, you know.
Yeah.
And then for the closer scenes, the director Milos show, whatever his name is, he said, you know, guys move in.
Milos Forman.
And at first, they rehearsed the scene. Then they started filming it. So at first we see Jerry Lawler come out, and we booed him.
Right.
And then Jim Carrey came out as Andy Kaufman, and we cheered him. And they did their rehearsals and whatever, and they cut. And we got the voice of God, Milos Forman. He goes, no. Now remember, audience, you are not in Los Angeles, California. You are in Memphis, Tennessee. You love Jerry Lawler. You hate Andy Kaufman. Let's run through it one more time. You know, and all that. And we're going, Jerry. If you listen really close, you'll hear us chanting Jerry. The crowd actually, there's a little tiny bit. And then he actually asked Jerry Lawler, he goes, what's the signal for the pile driver? And then we go crazy and all hell breaks loose.
Yes.
Yes. So
the Grand Auditorium, now a church of...
a church of Iglesia de Cristo.
Not even that, dude. It's a Korean church.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
It's still a Church of Jesus Christ, but it's Korean. Wow, that racist comments, more hate mail. Yeah, there's a big
I
old...
already look Korean because I don't keep my eyes open, apparently, on this show. I've gotten that comment many times.
Yeah, there's a big old mural of Jesus on the side of it as you go by on the blue line now.
So
True
then you
story.
get a blessing. Okay.
That's right.
Number 2, featuring The Rock, Mick Foley, Jake Roberts, Vince McMahon, everybody you can think of beyond the mat.
Ah, very good.
Of course, my favorite part of it is when Vince McMahon gets interviewed and he's sitting there like, you know, we make movies and all that stuff, you know. And then here comes Darren Drozdoff before the accident. Before the accident, he's gonna puke! He's gonna puke! He's gonna puke!
It was very cool hearing the Vince McMahon announcer voice come out one last time.
I do miss Vince on commentary. And then, of course, Darren gets the job and he calls, guess what, Mama? Yeah, I'm puke.
They're gonna call me puke.
They're gonna call me puke.
And that lasted all of 2 years.
And then you get Jake Roberts and his demons, and then you get Mick and Foley. And when I actually did watch it in theaters, I could not watch the whole thing between Rock and Foley when Rock is beating the hell out of Mick, because the action was more on Colette, Dewey, and Noel in the audience than in the ring. And of course, little Noel, who was basically maybe 2 or 3 years old, she's crying because Daddy's hurt. You know, yeah. Dewey's crying.
It was brutal.
They go in the back, and you actually get a close-up of the
scar,
the gash.
Well, you gotta remember that gash originally was a little bitty nick that was caused by viscera in a stupid, useless pre-match, pre-rumble thing that was on heat. And Mick even said to The Rock, "Be careful of this. Don't hit this." It ended up being like 3 inches deep and 1.5 inches or whatever it was across. It was ugly.
And number 1, featuring a lot of WCW stars, Goldberg and Sting, Ready to Rumble.
That's your number 1 feature?
That is my number. It makes me laugh.
Ready to Rumble is hideous.
It makes me laugh. It's funny. DDP, Randy Savage, Sting, Goldberg, Kidman's in there, Booker T's in there. Chris
Shuck it, duck it, quack, quack.
Before the Nitro Girls, and David Arquette makes me laugh. You know, and the Triple Cage thing that we finally did get to see in WCW at one point in time. I'm glad that match came into play, and I think DDP took the fall again from the top of the... Somebody took the top... I think... No, it was Canyon. Canyon took the top... No, it wasn't Canyon.
Oh, wait, it was Canyon. You're right.
In the match...
In the real one, yeah.
In the fake one, it was... I think DDP... Well, I don't remember who it was. But it
was
one
Page
hell
in the movie,
so,
I believe.
there you go. There's my top 10. Go ahead.
All right. Now, what I tried to do with this is try to limit to one wrestler... Like one wrestler each getting their own thing, not, you know, like having, you know, like 100 Hogan movies or 100, you know, John Cena stuff. I tried to limit. Okay, if I did one thing with Cena, I wouldn't do, you know, all 3 of them or all 4 of them. I tried that, and I was actually successful. I was surprised at myself. Okay, number 10. Well, Jade will like me for this. The Chaperone.
Triple H.
That shit was funny, and again, another one I had not seen all the way through was Blade Trinity. I hadn't seen Blade movies, period, so I can't really say Blade Trinity. If I see Blade Trinity, I could probably say that more Chaperone, but I haven't seen it, so there you go. Number 9, a little forgotten ditty named Jingle All the Way with Arnold. Christmas movie again, and you know why it's on there? Because Big Show was in it when he was the Giant.
Big Show.
Played one of many Santas in a factory that just ambushed the hell out of Arnold. Number 8, you mentioned this movie but did not list it, Walking Tall, starring Dwayne.
Rock.
Number 7 on my list is a John Cena flick, so I'll give a shout out to John. Legendary. My favorite, actually, of his movies. I've not seen the reunion, so I will hold debate on that until later. But Legendary was very good. Even Mr. Williams himself, who was not a John Cena movie lover, actually gave that movie some props. So I was impressed by that. Number 6, you mentioned Man on the Moon. You were at the filming, you sons of bitches.
It was college.
Did
they pay us that day? No, we got like a free lunch. We got a free catering. A sandwich and an apple.
That works. Man on the Moon is one of the first ones that was the first time ever that they revealed that the Lawler-Kaufman feud was a grand story. It had never been revealed, even by Zamuda himself. Had never even said that thing was fake until the movie came out. It was very interesting. 5 and 4 are both documentaries for me. Hitman Heart, Wrestling with Shadows.
Oh, I left that out.
I count this as theatrical because it did get released in theaters in Canada. So
okay.
I don't know if it actually made theaters in America, but it did make theaters in Canada. So
I think it was shown on like not VH1, but
A&E.
A&E, yeah.
It was A&E.
Yeah.
But it did make theatrical in Canada, so I'm gonna go ahead and count it since the show is worldwide.
Canadian fans,
you were there.
I like the backstage stuff the best.
Yeah.
I mean, not just they're all standing there, Vince and Brett talking. It gives you that's as far as into the business you can get.
At the time, it's as far as we've gotten. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, thanks to the advent of stuff like this, we've gotten farther.
Yeah. I mean, the fans don't get to. The fans are lucky if you get to go backstage, like if you know somebody.
Yep.
And you go do a meet and greet or something, or you sit at their table to actually. Listen to how Brett and Vince were talking at that one scene that what do you want to do? I just want to get through today, and then we'll worry about tomorrow.
We're about tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah.
And then it ended up being a big lie.
And
then Beyond the Mat, of course, you talked about I said this, whatever it was, we were talking about it, the greatest wrestling documentary ever made. It is. It really is.
Yeah.
Number 3 you mentioned, actually my top 3 you mentioned, you just didn't mention in the same order as I did. Maybe not number 2, because number 2 you mentioned last week. Number 3, The Wrestler.
Yes.
Another one of those that really tells the story of indie wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
From a legend standpoint and from a indie nobody standpoint, really, because we saw both sides in that movie, and we're friends with a lot of those guys.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, I've known some of those guys, like 10 years.
They said that the scenes where all the wrestlers are in the back talking, all that was improvised.
Yeah.
And that really is in real life. I mean,
you
go to an indie show, they're just sitting there, like, before the show starts, they're just sitting there hanging out, talking, going over their matches.
I mean, if you ever hear us talk about Battleground, once you get the ring set up, we've got hours.
Oh, yeah.
Hours to kill.
They work out, they have dinner, They
come back, they go through the motions, and then they open the doors, and here we go.
And there you go.
I mean, God, if you guys saw a couple different times on the channel the promo from Sasha Derevko.
Right.
If you could only see the guy behind Sasha Derevko and how crazy he is, as far as not crazy local, as far as crazy busy he is throughout the whole day, you have a whole appreciation for the guy.
Oh yeah, he writes the show, he works the show. And then he parties after the show. Oh,
yeah. First time we ever partied with them was the other day. It was good. Number 2, The Princess Bride. I can't say enough good things about The Princess Bride. It's definitely one I want on my list.
Oh, yeah.
Jade has it in her collection. I definitely want it in my collection.
I think all 4 of us have or will say the Princess Bride is...
I don't know. Was Princess Bride on your guys' list on The Wrestler? Because I haven't had a chance to watch those yet. Yeah, you guys? Okay.
Very funny, Jade.
And number 1...
I say number 1.
Number 1 is... Now, remember, I said it was movies featuring wrestlers, not movies starring wrestlers.
Okay, so it's not...
Rocky 3.
There you go.
Rocky 3, featuring Hulk Hogan, starring Sly, of course.
Yes.
Rocky 3 is not my favorite Rocky movie. That's Rocky 2.
Right.
But Rocky 3 is the one that features Hulk and also Mr. T, who's in a cameo role in a couple different WrestleManias.
And the story was that Vince Sr. did not want Hogan to do the movie?
Yes. It was in 1980. 2 movie came out, and when it was made, Vince Hogan was still working for Mr. McMahon Sr., and he told him, I want you to work for Crockett's, and Hulk said, well, I told you I was going to work for Stallone, and he says, well, you're never going to work here again, and Hulk was like, okay, see you later. Went to do Rocky, and went home to Minnesota, and ended up doing the AWA. And the rest is history, because he was supposed to go as a bad guy, managed by luscious Johnny Valiant, and ended up becoming a babyface by popular demand, and the rest, as they say, is history.
That's right.
So there's my
history. There you go.
Yes.
Let's hear those comments, folks.
That's going to be the extent of the Stat Boys bell for a while.
Give us some comments.
Let us know what you think. Do you want these weekend episodes to continue? Because we've had fun doing them.
Give us like non-wrestling top 10 lists. Give us some, like, you know, I don't know, top 10 game shows, books, TV shows.
I had a whole bunch for RSI before we made it the top 10 gimmicks. So
things to do at the beach. You know, throw it out there. Go crazy if you want to. We'll figure something out. Yes.
I don't do the beach.
Oh yeah, because you're a ginger that burns. You got Seamus syndrome.
Yes. Those who had no souls don't go to the beach.
You have a soul. You just don't.
Ginger.
Have
Did you not watch South Park?
If you base your life on South Park, then
I had no soul. There you go. South Park and Family Guy, baby.
You have a soul,
Something.
you just can't burn. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Give us those comments,
Please.
and you'll see more of us on this channel. Stat Boy out.